Yosa, blessed love and greetings, Reggae Sunshines. This is Ginjahman representing Ginjahman's Reggae Sunshine Show. We're live here on the grounds, the green grounds of G-Man Studio HQ. I'm sure you're well aware that over this past probably 6 or 7 weeks or so, we've been doing a live stream on the grounds here of G-Man Studio HQ. And for those loyal Reggae Sunshiners, you'll also be aware that this past 9.5 years, the Reggae Sunshine Show has been associated with Six Towns Radio, which is from the mother town of Bursland-Stoke-on-Trent here, Staffordshire, United Kingdom. An overwhelming messages this past 6 or 7 years, asking if there's any possibilities that we could continue doing the live stream here on the Facebook and other live streams. Well, listen, Reggae Sunshiners, the Reggae Sunshine Show is your show, not mine. So I've made an absolutely massive decision on your behalf. I'm sure you'll all be in an agreement that this past 9.5 years, I've absolutely dedicated my life to Six Towns Radio. We've taken the Reggae Sunshine Show throughout the Caribbean, through the birthplace of reggae. We've conducted absolutely fantastic, wonderful interviews over in Jamaica, representing Ginjahman's Reggae Sunshine Show. We've interviewed seriously bad boy artists. We're talking like George Nooks, Ambalik, Twiggy, Jamali. We're talking like Basil Gabidon, Charmaine Baines, Raphaelia, Neville Bassey. I'm going through my playlist here, going through all these pictures in the studio. We're talking of Lynn Gerald, the wonderful lady down south, down in London, Coral J. Reid, Cassandra London. We've interviewed Jamaica One Sound, which is an absolutely massive sound class sound. We've introduced Twiggy to the Reggae Sunshine Show, the girl Summer, who's currently residing over in Tenerife in Spain, Cassandra London, K Vibes, Global Reggae Band, George Nooks, as we previously said. We've interviewed Edward Harris, aka Bossy Killer, and all the people from Cutstone Studio in the wonderful parish, the Garden Parish of Jamaica, the wonderful Garden Parish of St. Anne, which is situated in St. Anne's Bay, just off Main Street. Cutstone Studio. The lads absolutely welcomed us with open arms, the Reggae Sunshine Show. Everybody, probably in Jamaica this past 9 or 10 years, has heard of Six Towns Radio. However, Reggae Sunshiners, what we've decided to do is, I've made a massive decision this past week, which has been an extremely hard decision, as I've once again dedicated my personal life this past 9 years. We're talking every single Saturday between the hours of 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. UK time. For the past 9 years, I've completely dedicated my entire weekend for Six Towns Radio. So an average percentage of Reggae Sunshine shows what we've conducted on Six Towns Radio, we've probably done round about between 600 and 700 shows. Now, for those who are a little bit unaware about Six Towns Radio, it's a voluntary, I repeat, a voluntary community service venture. Nobody gets paid at Six Towns Radio. We do it from the goodness of our heart. And me personally, it was giving something back to the local community. So, Reggae Sunshiners, we've made a massive decision this week as we've decided to vacate from Six Towns Radio, and by listening to all the messages, what's been coming through this past 6 or 7 weeks, I've decided that we're going to continue doing the live stream. A lot of you were saying the difference with a live stream as difference with listening on Six Towns Radio was quite simply you could visually see me, interact with me better. Obviously, it was a new ball game for me, if I'm totally honest, doing things live in front of the camera. But before we go any further, there's people, individual people, I really need to give a big shout out from day one. These individual people have meant an extremely personal, heartfelt, close relationship to me this past 9 years in association with Six Towns Radio. These are individual people like Rob Ledgar, who gave me the first opportunity to walk into the studio to conduct a Reggae Sunshine show live on the airways of Six Towns Radio. Rob Ledgar obviously was quite taken aback by, which I presume was the passion what I have for reggae music. My sole aim here is one simple message, is the preservation of reggae. That's all I'm here for. There's no financial gain. I've never received one single penny from Six Towns Radio for doing all the interviews where we took the Reggae Sunshine show over to from Six Towns Radio to Jamaica. I paid for my own airfare, my own accommodation, my own food, my own spending money. The reason why I did it is, like I say, to give something back to Six Towns Radio and to let people know about Six Towns Radio, what it's actually about. It's a self-funded radio station. So like I say, Rob Ledgar gave me the first opportunity to showcase my material, my library of music, what I've collected over around about 38 years. Individual people. There's going to be names which I'll probably not even mention, as there's so many people I need to thank, but personally, who straight off the top of my head I can think of is Rob Ledgar gave me the opportunity. There was people like Duncan Newell, who gave an absolute bag full of spare time to show me the ins and outs of how I worked the desk. I was seriously Reggae Sunshine, as 10 years ago I was wet behind the ears. I hadn't got a clue about radio media. I learnt everything myself. It might be a bit rustic, a bit rough around the edges, but what it is with Ginjahman, what you see is what you get. You see me? And people like Rob Ledgar, Duncan Newell. There's a young lady from 9 years ago, she probably doesn't even think that her name needs to mention, in her name's Lika. She was showing me little bit different bits about coming in and out of mics, when to say things, when to not things, little things like that. A special mention has to go out once again to Dave Johnson. Dave Johnson, very, very easy going person. Wonderful human being. Has got time for anybody. Gave his spare time, came out, showed me things like Audacity, the audio side, how to make pre-records. So a massive shout out to Dave Johnson. There's people like Glenn Talbot, who's quite new to Six Towns Radio. I think Glenn's probably been at Six Towns Radio for probably no more than 2 or 3 years. Glenn Talbot, Nicola Talbot, gave wonderful support. And I think Glenn was, once again, he was the type of person who was quite taken back by my involvement and my personal links, what I have over in Jamaica, how the wonderful people of Jamaica warmed to Ginjahman and the Reggae Sunshine show. And once again, it's people like Glenn Talbot and Nicola I thank for taking time out and showing me. There's people back in the day from 9 or 10 years ago. DJ Marky Mark is another name which very rare is mentioned regards to Six Towns Radio. Marky Mark is a completely different genre from mine. Mine's obviously reggae. I strictly deal with reggae. I don't really deal with any other genre of reggae other than reggae, should I say. Marky Mark is a dance DJ, an unbelievable mixer, vinyl mixer, absolutely flawless. His knowledge of music is absolutely outstanding. Marky Mark, as I've lost count how many times he's come over to my personal studio, showed me how to wire things up. The conversations, seriously, what we've had about XLR cables, he knows I'm very old school. But ask me about reggae, ask me about the rhythms, ask me about the foundation fathers, ask me about Alpha Boys School. We'll get on about Alpha Boys School in a minute. So a big thank you to Marky Mark. There's people from the Raw show back in the day, which is again a different genre from reggae. I leave Six Towns Radio with a very heavy heart, seriously. So this is a small video caption to thank everybody from Six Towns Radio for giving us the opportunity to play this music. I'm absolutely so endearing to, as a massive part of my life. So it's not a downside, Reggae Sunshine, it's just keeping you in the loop because of the overwhelming messages over this past 6 or 7 weeks where we've been doing this live feed on Facebook. And seriously, everybody's been saying, Ginjahman, you need to continue the live stream because we can only listen to you once a week on Six Towns Radio. We can keep listening to the videos at our own leisure at the same time. So that's obviously made my decision, really, because at the end of the day, this is your show, not mine. I'm only here to serve. I'm just a presenter. I'm just a lover of reggae. And if I can give somebody the opportunity of listening to videos under this absolutely horrendous situation throughout the world, which we're all living amongst, you know, I'll tell you how difficult it is, Reggae Sunshiners, from a personal note. My own child is 25 today, okay? My own child is 25 today. I can't hug my child. I can't give her money into her hand as a birthday present. It's got to be a bank transfer. I can't even hug my own child on her 25th birthday. That's how severe these circumstances we're all living in. And I'm sure you've all got children there in this past probably 6 or 7 weeks where the families have had birthdays, you've had lockdown birthdays. We can't hug our loved ones. And it's extremely difficult. It's very hard to put into words, into context, how you can't hug your own child. We're slightly going off here, but this is just an extremely personal video footage to you, the Reggae Sunshiners, to just basically tell you that the Reggae Sunshine Show is no longer with Six Towns Radio. We're going to move in a different direction. We're going to conduct everything which we've been doing for the past 6 or 7 weeks live from my own studio here, which is G-Man Studio HQ. The same format is exactly the same genre of reggae. We still have Lovers Rock, we still have the old school, the first hour. And the second hour, we always come out of old into new, the new material, what's on the circuit today. So also these live streams is where Facebook tend to pull a lot of videos regards to copyrights, things like that, which I'm a little bit unaware of. The reason why we do these videos is for no self-gain. It's to promote the music and the artist. There's hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of artists in the genre of reggae at the moment. They can't earn any money. They can't perform in front of people. So the only way of they're getting their material out regards to people so they can resonate, can hear their new material, is for people like me, for me to showcase their pieces of material to you. So this is a very personal video. Quickly, as before we sign off, once again, if there's names I've forgotten to big up and to large up who've given me X amount of encouragement over the past 9 or 10 years with Six Towns Radio, sincere apologies. There's so many people I need to thank at Six Towns Radio. It's a wonderful internet radio station. It's a wonderful community radio station. However, we've decided that we're going to take the Reggae Sunshine Show in a different direction. And like I say, I've been connected with Six Towns Radio for the past 9.5 years. I've not received a single penny. It's all been on voluntary service to give something back to the community. So Reggae Sunshiners, exactly the same time, 6 PM till 8 PM UK time, 12 midday till 2 PM Jamaica time. we'll be doing, hopefully, a live stream on Facebook, so we can continue the Reggae Sunshine Show for you, the Reggae Sunshiners. This is Ginjahman signing out. I'll see you around about two and a half hours time, live here from the G-Man studio. So once again, a big thank you from 6 Times Radio to giving us the opportunity. Manners and respect, work good.